Hello, hello, hello. I hope you are all very well wherever you are around the world. Now, before you all think some weird things going on, obviously this is a background that I have got behind me at the moment. As some of you know, I am on the road and I'm going to be on the road for a little while. So I decided that I was just going to have some beautiful backgrounds to keep us amused rather than having the weird and wonderful places where I am. So I can see YouTube is popping off over there. Hello, you guys. Great to have you on with me. Please do remember to thumbs up this video. You can do it when you're watching, or you can come back and do it after the event. But do make sure you hit the thumbs up, and do make sure that you comment and share and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get the first notifications as to when I am live. To those of you on Facebook, I believe it takes a little while for you guys to hear that I am on live. So as you are jumping on Facebook, please do hit the love heart for me because it's my favorite, or please do hit the thumbs up, which is the like button over there. So how are we all, you beautiful bunch of babes? How are we? I hope you're all really, really well. I love the fact that some of you are off on vacation. I guess it's officially the summer holidays, right? Especially in the UK. I know in Europe, the kids broke up some time ago now. But back in the UK, where my home is, the kids, I think, broke up Friday last week and they're off for 6 weeks now. So to all of you parents, I know it's only day number 1, but hang on in there. You've got this covered. I'm sure you've got loads of really cool stuff lined up with the children. And yeah, it's exciting. You know, the kids have had a very, very long year at school. It will do them good to have some downtime, enjoy some of the summer. How is the weather in the UK? I haven't quite made it there yet. So let me know how the weather is going back there. I've heard it's pretty dire. It's like up and down and round and round. And, you know, in fact, let me know where the weather is around you. I've been told that Greece is getting exceptionally out of control with the heat. So whether that's the truth or not, I don't know, in all honesty, ladies and gents. But you know, people have been messaging me about Greece. People have been asking me where I've been this weekend. And of course, the teachers, my goodness, I'm so sorry, I forgot the teachers. Of course, the teachers need some love. The teachers have had a tough year as well. I always just, the thing with kids, I don't think kids should be in, I mean, I'm opening a whole can of worms here. I don't think kids should go to school as young as they do. And maybe this is a topic of conversation for another day, but I think it is far too young to send kids off to school at like 4 years of age. It's just, you know, I just struggle with it, I guess. You know, I know that there's the reasons for doing it. I don't know. I don't know. Like I say, it's just my belief system. And it's easy for me to sit here and say, because I don't have children before you all start. I know you don't have children, Lucy. So you don't know what it's like to have them for 4 years before you can pop them into school. Yeah, okay. So Angela's agreeing with me that as an infant teacher, she thinks that they're way too young. Yeah, 4 is too young. Okay, good. So we're all in agreement. I just think that there should be, you know, I'm a real fan of the communities working together and actually really, really bringing the children together. That's my preferred approach. Like when my children arrive, I would really like there to be, you know, a decent amount of people around me with children or whatever, whereby we can help each other. You know, I truly believe that I can offer a lot to children, and that maybe that's my delusion kicking in. But I believe that there is a lot that we can teach our kids for ourselves, you know, getting them out into nature, getting them into alignment, all the things that I used to do with Self Love Club for Kids, you know, reminding them of what foods are good for them and how their body works, and, you know, how to speak from a beautiful space of love and how to communicate properly, and just all of these things. You know, it's very, very interesting that, you know, they get thrown into school, they have attachment anxiety instantly because they're like, oh my God, my parent is being you know, my parent is leaving me, you know, abandoning me, you know, let's be real. And I just feel that there is so much more that we can do to prepare our children. No delusion, you are mama bear already to all of us and our children. Thanks, Lizzie. I appreciate that. I guess it's just some people have thrown that in my face over the months and over the years, you know. So I guess I just kind of go, you know what, I'm going to put it out there. No, I haven't had children yet. I'm putting that out there as well. So how are we all doing? I know you're all begging me to send you some sun. I'm happy to send you some sun. I'm actually making my way to the UK, but it is going to take a little bit of time because I'm excited to say that I had an incredible adventure, a wander this weekend just gone. It was unexpected. It only cropped up about a week ago. I mean, it was all systems go. And I've got to be honest with you, it was hilarious because the universe obviously lured me into going to do this work when I was like, no, I can do it in a little bit of time. You know, I can do it in some weeks, or I can do it, you know, oh, no, I don't need to do that. So it obviously lured me into doing the work. And then lots happened on that journey, which is why I have decided to talk about releasing control today. So first and foremost, ladies and gents, can we please be really honest in the chat box, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube? Please, can you be honest with me? Trust me, it's all luring is taking place a lot at the moment, and you guys might think I'm crazy by saying this, but it's all about luring people in, you know, come in, luring them into the false sense of security. It's what's happening, guys. Honestly, now I've raised that in your consciousness, you just wait and see. So in the chat, whilst I keep chatting about other stuff that's been going on, let me know if you have ever been, or if you are still, a cheeky little control freak. I used to be a control freak, a massive control freak. I wanted to know the answers to everything. I wanted to know the output to everything. However, things have changed massively in my world. And I'm going to share with you today how I've been able to do a little bit of that. So we're going to be talking about that over this course of this live. And I want you guys to contribute. I want you guys to ask questions, because I think these things work a lot better if we can work together and get this done. So some of you, a little, that probably means a lot. Oh my God, I had to let go of control this weekend though. Well done. I'm proud of you for being able to do that. So that's absolutely incredible. I'm a control freak, less so, but still one. Well done for admitting it. Like, we have to admit the good, the bad and the ugly about ourselves. I'm a teacher. I'm a complete control freak. I love the ownership that we've got going on here. So ladies and gents, I have got to go there. What an absolute ride this is right now. Like, I don't know about you guys, but it is an absolute ride that is taking place right now. If it's not the energies, it's the glitches. Like, have you seen some of the glitches that people are talking about on social media and things like that? Like the literal sky not aligning, you know, it's absolutely hilarious as to what is taking place. And then if that's not enough, we've got hard truths coming out. Like, there is evidence coming out about people that there is no hiding from anymore, but people are still making excuses, and they are still like not quite prepared to get the memo yet. And I just ask myself, I wonder at what point is the memo going to be received? Then on top of that, which is very, very sad, I must say, there is a lot of people that are passing over. There's a lot of people that are passing over right now. Now, please do not use the V word or this word or anything like that on my social media. Like, I have been banned so many times. I don't need that, because what I want to say to you is this is people that haven't taken this before you get on your high horses. Okay, there is a lot of people at the moment that are choosing to transition, which is absolutely unbelievably wild. So oh yes, have you noticed they're even saying what they have done in a roundabout way too? Oh my goodness, yes. People are truly showing themselves right now, ladies and gents. It is really quite funny. I actually got sent a video, I think it was on Saturday, by a very good friend of mine. And she just sent me this video and she was like, Lucy, can you believe what this person has been saying? You know, and people are finding it funny when actually people should be looking at it going, I'm not sure this is the kind of person that I actually want to follow anymore. Like, I'm just not sure this is in alignment, because they were basically saying that they were, blagging people, and I'm like, wow. And like, for me, I want real, I want authentic, I want honest around me. Now, what you have to remember, ladies and gents, is if you are around that kind of behavior, in fact, let's talk about it this way. The only thing that you can give out is what you have. If you are one angry motherfucker, right? All you are going to be able to do is give anger out. If you are loaded with love, all you're going to be able to do is give love out. I'm not saying that you're not going to say, hey, I don't like it when you do that, and have boundaries, but that is what needs to take place. It's extremely important. We need to recognize the only thing we can dish out is what we've got going on within. So, ladies and gents, if you are hanging around people that are telling you that they are a blagger or devious or deceitful, for example, what do you think that's going to bring more of into your life? If you're hanging around people who are pretending to be something else, and I'm talking about, maybe you are in a position whereby you're very confident. Like me, I am very confident. I know my mission. I know what I got sent down here to do. Does it annoy me? Yes, from time to time it does. Do I wish I could have a normal life for every now and again? Yes, I really do. However, I know who I am. I know the way that I speak. I know the way that I interact. I know what I'm doing with my life. And then if people, let's say, for example, there's someone out there that's putting me down, but then they go and speak like me. Then they go and behave like me. It's just bizarre. It's bizarre. Now, I'm not saying that's a real scenario, ladies and gents. I'm just giving you an example about this. And it's very important that we recognize this. We have to make sure that we are using our discernment. And what do I mean by that? We have to put our hand on our heart and say, does this really resonate with me? And I've had to do this a lot this year, ladies and gents. So please don't think that it's only some people that have to go through this. Everybody has to go through this. I've had to put my hand on my heart so many times and be like, Lucy, is this truly who you are? Is this truly who you want to be? Is this truly where you see yourself being? And once you've got your hand on your heart, you can't blag yourself. Because the thing that most people are missing is that when they're blagging themselves, or when they think they're blagging other people, God is watching going, I didn't send you down here to blag each other. Whoa, that was a bit of a glitch. Did you see that then? That was a really weird glitch. Oh, that was quite cool. It's extremely important that we recognize. So if something doesn't feel right to you, if somebody's saying something and they're trying to act all cool and you're like, whoa, I don't like that, maybe this is what you need to start paying attention to. I'm glad you guys saw that. I thought it was just my eyes. That was weird. It was like I was a little alien there, or maybe I was just like coming in. I was like, I don't know. It's very, very strange. So, ladies and gents, at some point we need to set our standards better. I feel like there's a lot of people, good to see you on here. I feel like there's a lot of people who fake the person that they are, but they show their true colors when real energy comes around. Absolutely. You are so correct. You are so correct. And I love the way that you've put that. They are faking who they are. They're like faking it till they make it. But the thing is, they're showing themselves, because right now, with the frequencies shifting at the rate that they are shifting, it can't be hidden anymore. People don't seem to be getting the memo. Like, a lot of people have been taking the piss out of the work that I do. A lot of people have been putting the work that I do down for a long time. Yet the truth of the matter is they are showing themselves to be who they are, rather than, actually the person that they're pretending that they are going to be. It's extremely, extremely interesting. Right now, there is nothing but the truth that is going to come to the surface. I don't know how many more times I need to say this. I don't know how many more videos I need to put this in. Every single video that I'm doing right now, I am talking about the truth being brought into wholeness. Now, what that looks like what that looks like is with the planetary alignments and the frequencies that are taking place, nothing, and I'm not talking about the geopolitical stuff, I'm talking about the truth between yourself and, you and the person that you wake up in the morning and the person that you have to look in the mirror. It's about you. Nobody that knows themselves needs to pretend that they're somebody else. Nobody that knows themselves needs to put a false name on them. Nobody. Why would you do that? If you were really comfortable with who you are and you were honest and you were truthful, why would you need to do that? Now, I get all of this stuff about, the common law stuff, and I can't even remember it, but basically, your name and all the rest of it, and the entity that has been created around you. But I'm proud of being called Lucy Davis. I am. I'm proud of me. I'm proud that I have got such a beautiful mission and I get to travel the world and align energies and speak to people and shift things that most people can't even see. Like, I'm proud of that. Now, if that means it doesn't happen because people can't see it, then that's down to them. But then you can't deny the fact that on multiple occasions, the governments have fallen after I've done the work, that there's been flooding, that there's been volcanoes, that there's been fires and all sorts of things like that. Like, you cannot deny that off the back of the work. And it's predicted. If you watch back through my videos, I tell you everything I'm going to do. I just don't say, right, this weekend I'm going to go and do this, and this is what's going to happen there, because that's just not the path that I'm on. Read between the lines, ladies and gents. I've been sharing this with you for a long time. And this is what I've been saying to you for a very long period of time about the people that are out there. It's extremely, extremely important that we recognize that we are in a period of time whereby everybody is telling you what is going on. They are. I don't know why some people are not prepared to actually own the fact of who they are. I don't know why people have to pretend that they're something that they're not. Like, if I was a normal, average, everyday person, and I don't think anyone's average, by the way, but the saying, normal, average, everyday person, and I was living a normal life of a 9 to 5 and a couple of kids and a husband and all the rest of it, I'd be really happy with that life. I'd be really happy with that life. If that was the life that was destined for me this lifetime, it's not, though. I've been brought in to, just change the world and to change things in the way that I need to right now. It's just the way that it is. Some of us are linked to a high level of consciousness and some people aren't, and that's okay. It's absolutely okay. Wherever people are, we're all on our own journey. Anybody out there that is judging people, anybody out there that is bringing a lower vibration, it's extremely important that we recognize that they are just not our people. Everybody is on a different path right now. We don't need to feed them. We don't need to give them the attention. It's just down to us to look at where we are on this path and what we are looking to create going forwards. Now, I had a little video shared with me earlier today, and it's called 100 Monkeys, and some of you guys might have seen it. And if there's any way for me to share it on YouTube, I will. I can definitely share it on Facebook, so I will do. But it's basically, if you teach a couple of the 100 monkeys to do a certain thing, they'll do it. And then because of their conscious thoughts and because of telepathy and because of consciousness, all of the monkeys will start to do it without even having to be shown it. And that's what's happening here. There are a lot of people out there that want to continue to perpetuate fear and hold consciousness back. Why? Because it is in their benefit. They are probably making some money from it, or they are probably gaining something from it. Maybe that is a title. Maybe that is, a pedestal. Maybe that is whatever it is. It could be financial gains. It could be anything. And that is why there is a lot of people that want to hold consciousness back. But on the flip side of that, there's a lot of people who want to nudge consciousness forwards in the way that I believe that we are choosing that we want it to go. It's all down to us and it's all down to our perspective. But anybody that is out there bitching, backstabbing, calling people's names right now, they are choosing their destiny. Like it or not, that's the truth. They are choosing their destiny. Like I said at the beginning, the behaviors that you are exuding right now is the behavior that's going to come back to you. So you need to be very careful with what it is that you are looking to do. I love the fact that Maxine has put, I love my life. Great. Keep doing more of what makes you happy, because then you're going to get more of what makes you happy. Yeah, we'll get some tests along the way, but it's extremely, extremely important that we recognize that, you know, everything is going the way that we need it to go. It's all about our choices. It's all about the people that we surround ourselves with. If we are surrounding ourselves with people who put us down and that, you know, want to call themselves different names and, you know, want to live in a space of drama or, you know, bitching or any of that thing, then just know that you are going to get more of that. You're going to get more of that in your life. It's extremely important that we recognize these facts, ladies and gents. There's no point in us trying to do anything other than decide our outcome and live it. Now, if you don't know what outcome you want, what I would do personally is just take some time to figure out who you are. Switch off the noise, get off of YouTube, get off of Facebook, get off of Instagram, and actually just sit with yourself and ask yourself the question, what is it that I want to be doing? I love that. So Miss Kimberly has put, right, I have become an island in my family, my circle of friends and my former co-workers, because I have been honest and true to my beliefs about the past 3 years in particular. Good stuff. It's amazing. And this is why people are coming together and we are unifying. We're not tolerating the low behavior, the low vibrations. We're not doing it. We're stepping away from those people. Like, we're giving them the opportunities to change. And if they don't, we're like, you know what? I love you. I'll always love you. I'll support you from afar, but I can't have you in my life anymore. And this is where boundaries are coming in. And this is where release and control has to come in, because when we are trying to control an outcome, how many of you, smash the love heart for me, smash the heart, comment on YouTube, comment on Facebook, how many of you in the last 3.5 years since lockdown took place have really tried to enforce your opinions on people that you love? Please don't use the V word or any of that stuff, but please just share. Like, have you tried to push your beliefs? I have. I did. I tried to share my beliefs with people. Some people listened. Many people didn't listen. 888 is what I've just got up on the numbers. That's bloody amazing. And I think it was at 22 at the same time. That's freaking cool. How many of you, you know, tried to share some beliefs? How many of you were like, oh, come on, don't take that choice. Make a different choice. Do this. This is what I'm going to do. This was about us being in control. We wanted to remember. We wanted to be the savior. And it's very important that we recognize this fact, ladies and gents. Like, I really did at the beginning. I really spoke my mind, as I'm sure a lot of you did as well. And then I realized it's just not the way to live our lives. It's just not. Like, who says that I am right? Who says that? I mean, I think it, I believe it about myself, but I'm me. I'm me. Of course I'm going to think that I'm right. But who decides what's right and wrong? Now, I don't necessarily agree with shutting your mouth. I think it's very important that you speak your truth and you speak your beliefs and you speak your values and you know who you are, because closing your mouth down will only create issues within the throat and, you know, the mouth to heart area. So I don't believe with that necessarily. However, I think it's extremely, extremely important that we recognize who decides who's right and who's wrong. Let's admit it, ladies and gents, right? We have been a bunch of control freaks running around in skin suits, judging each other for being controlling for how many years? How many years have we been judging our parents, judging our work colleagues, judging, like I used to be a smoker. I used to smoke, believe it or not. I know I'm super healthy now, but I used to be a smoker. I used to be a real party girl. Now, I used to judge myself for doing that behaviors. And then when I stopped doing it, I was like, wow. And it wasn't that I was judging other people, but I was just shocked at how much people would party. And then I was like, oh, yeah, wow, that was you. And that's why I really had it high in my consciousness, because actually they were mirroring back to me the behaviors that they were doing and what I used to be like. So it's that mirror thing. It's bringing it back. Now, what is extremely important right now? Hey, Wendy babes, I hope you're good. Wendy Smith, my love. Everybody loved our video the other day. Thanks for doing it, darling. And I will message you about the other video that we spoke about. Ladies and gents, what we must realize now in this now moment is by giving away control, we've actually got the control. It's extremely, extremely important. By giving it away, we actually get it. It's incredible. It's amazing. It is an epiphany that most of us do not realize. Now, what I find even more interesting is we're such a bunch of control freaks, right? We want to know when this is going to happen. In fact, let's go there. How many of you have met somebody in the past or recently or whatever, and you're like, I really want to know where this goes. I really want to know how this story ends. And it's your inner control freak. So then you start to rush things, then you start to control things, then you start to force things. And then all of a sudden that person's not in your life anymore for whatever reason. When you can take a step back and just allow the universe to do its thing, that's when the absolute magic takes place. Now, I had a situation this weekend, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit. But before I do that, I just want to suggest this going forwards, and you can shout me down or you can agree with me, whatever it is you choose to do, ladies and gents. How many people on Facebook or on YouTube right now consciously think about breathing every single day, every single second of every day? Do you literally go, I've got to breathe, 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 I've got to breathe? Or do you just breathe? Because I don't know about you, I do conscious breath work day to day, but I just allow myself to breathe. Can you imagine if we all focused on it? We'd be going stir crazy. We would literally be going stir crazy. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Got to blink. Like, think about all the things that we relinquish control over to. So now let's take that mentality and put it in our day-to-day life. What if all of the things that we worried about and we made up stories about and we attempted to control, we actually just kicked back and went, you know what? I'm going to allow the universe to do its thing with this. I'm actually going to trust that whatever the outcome is going to be the exact outcome for me to remember what I got put on this planet to do. Now, you guys know, I got told maybe, I don't know, 4 years ago now, might be longer, might be less, I don't know. But I was told very, very clearly that my role on this planet is to be the reminder of the eternal truth. Debbie, even with breathing problems, I don't think you focus consciously on breathing every day. Like I get your sentiments, but if you had to think about breathing every single second of every single day, you wouldn't have any, you wouldn't be able to think about anything else, sweetheart. I get your sentiments, but what I'm talking about is literally every second of every day. Breathe, 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 in, out. And, you know, because you literally wouldn't be able to think of anything else. So what my sentiments is from this is we need to start recognizing that there are many things that are going to happen in our lives, whether we like it or not, because we need the reminder of our eternal truth for us to actually be going on the journey. Now, my reminder of my eternal truth and Maxine's reminder of her eternal truth, for example, and Wendy's, they're three different things, ladies and gents. None of us, Wendy and I are both public speakers, doesn't mean that we've still got the same eternal truth. You know, yes, there's similarities between us. We both love exercise. We both love sport. We both love the F-bomb, you know, many, many similarities. But our eternal truth is two totally different stories. So what's important here is if we can just relinquish that control, and if we can just say to ourselves, you know what, I really want to know the outcome to this. But you know what? I'm going to let go and I'm going to allow it to do its thing. Now, being a control freak could mean staying in a relationship too long. Hate to break it to you. It's being a control freak. I don't want to let go. I don't want to let go. I don't want to let go because what about the money and what about this and what about that? And oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And when you release it, all of a sudden, everything starts working out so much better for you than you ever could have expected it. Could be staying in a job. Could be, you know, the fixer of the family. It could be the procrastinator. There are so many different avenues. I'm not talking about you're controlling other people. I'm not talking about that. What I'm reminding you of is that there is many different ways in which control shows up in our lives, ladies and gents. And if we can just free ourselves from that control, and ladies, how many of you are total control freaks over your children? My mum is still a control freak over me. Bless her heart. I love her so much, but she panics constantly. Wherever I go, whatever I do, she's just a control freak, but I love her for it. I love her for it so much because now I know what to do with it and now I know how to deal with it. But my God, did it used to annoy me. Like, I know why I was given to my mum, because I am Little Miss Wanderess and I'm Little Miss Freedom. And my mum's like, no, we need to control things. We need security. We need safety. Like, everything needs to be planned out and we need to know exactly, you know, there is no, I'll let you know on the day, you know, let me know a week in advance so I can plan it, you know. Whereas with me, I used to be that person because I was a control freak. I was a project manager working for investment banking. So I had to plan everything meticulously. I was working 6 months to a year ahead of myself. However, now I am free from that environment. I literally go with the flow. But that doesn't work when you're dealing with a control freak. So you need to kind of give dates. And when it's like, nah, probably between this date and this date, it sends the control freaks batshit crazy. But that's why she picked me. And that's why I picked her. And I love her so much for it. My mum is amazing. For those of you that haven't met my mum, she is freaking amazing. She's beautiful. I embarrassed her at Soul School in Bournemouth. Because I can, she's my mummy at the end of the day. I'm allowed to do that. But my point of sharing this is the secret to life being pleasant, the secret to life being beautiful is about giving away the control that you have. When we release control, we get exactly what we want. How many of you have literally gone, oh, I'm going to release that. And then the next day it's just landed on your lap and you're like, what? Why does that always happen? It's because the universe gave you a test, and as soon as you let go, you got the results that you were after. Just going back to the breathing, because this has just popped in my head. You give your power away to your body every single day. To breathe, to blink, to do all of these things. Treat the universe as your body in that sense. Because then what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to be like, you know what, universe. And one of my very good friends, Tara, she always says to me, Lucy, I don't know anybody like you. Like, I know a lot of people who are intuitive. I know a lot of people who are this, that, and the other. But the fact that every single day you're like, the universe will decide, the universe will guide me. She says, like, I need more of that in my life. Now I'm going to share a story. Who wants a little story, ladies and gents? Who wants a little bedtime story with Lucy? Let me get my little storybook out and I'll read it to you. Ladies and gents, for those of you that don't know, the weekend just gone, I was going off on a trip, and it was a trip that I only found out a bit about maybe a week or 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago maximum. And it was kind of like, do I really have to do this? Like, come on, I've just done a load of wandering all through the Middle East, and I'd just like to be still for a little bit before I start heading away, heading back towards the UK and things like that. And the universe said, Lucy, we need you to go and do some work. So I threw it out there and I was like, do you really need me to go this weekend? The answer came back very, very clearly, yes. And it gave me lots of evidence as to why yes. So little Miss Ego over here was like, fine, okay, I'll get on and do it. Anyway, there was multiple flights to get me to where I was supposed to be going. And I popped my virginity this weekend, ladies and gents. Don't get excited, please, especially on Facebook. We know what people come up with on Facebook. Basically, it was the first ever flight I've ever lived through that got cancelled. So I've done thousands of flights over the years, I have traveled every which way around the world. I've been up and down and round and all the way, all over the place. I've had thousands of flights, and I'm not over exaggerating with that. Like, literally, I've been on so many flights. It's crazy. Never once had one cancelled. And so on Friday morning, I think it was, at about 9 o'clock in the morning, I had a flight cancelled, which was going to be like my last flight to the place. And I was like, well, this is weird. I've not had this little experience before. And the old Lucy would have been like, oh, for goodness sake. Oh my God, this is so inconvenient. Stomping around, trying to get it sorted. Who do I need to speak to? Who do I need to call? Blah, blah, blah. This is going to be such a mission to sort out. And I just went, okay, universe, you win. Where did you really want me? Like, where did you really want me? You lured me in. And now really, where did you want me? And within about 30 minutes of me putting that out to the universe, where do you really want me? The location that they really wanted me to go to slapped me hard around the chops. And all of a sudden, I mean, I had to queue up for like 2 hours, I had to queue up for 2 hours, trying to sort out, obviously, this cancelled flight and the process, because I've never had it before. I don't even, I don't know anything to do with it. And obviously there was a lot of expenses and things like that had incurred. And I was just like, fine, universe, like, I know you're going to sort this for me. Just let me know. And what came next was really beautiful. I was stood in this queue with God knows how many other people. I think quite a lot of flights were cancelled on Thursday and Friday. And I stood in this queue and I could see at the front of the queue, there was arguments kicking off. There was people shouting at the check-in people, all of that stuff. And I'm just stood there quietly. And there was a little bit of argy-bargy around me at first. And I just thought, I'm just going to stand here and send love. And I'm going to speak to people. And I'm just going to be really beautiful and really calm and really collective. And so what happened is, around me, the queue started, the arguments and things just started to dissipate. And I just sent love up and down this queue. Trust me, I don't love a bit of a queue, especially when I'm in it for 2 hours, mate. I was just sending love up and down this queue. Now, by the time I'd got to the front of the queue, like, people had been stood there for half an hour having a conversation. I literally just went, where can I go to from here? And the person was like, here. I said, okay, great. What happens with everything else that's been booked for my trip? And she said, well, what do you want to do about it? And I said, well, doesn't look like I'm going to get there, does it? So, and literally they refunded every single penny plus the money that was going to be incurred off the back of the weekend. Now, this is the way the universe works, ladies and gents. If I had got grumpy and I had got stroppy and I'd had a little hissy fit, I would have ended up having to go through a whole process to get my money back. I would have had to go through all of this weird and wonderful things. But when you are in alignment and you are in your truth and you know that you are here to do God's work, which I know I'm here to do, whether people like me saying that or not, that's another thing. People could ask me, what's your perception? Why do you perceive yourself to be doing God's work? Like, I get all of that, but I perceive myself to be doing that, which is why when things like that take place and I go, you know what, There's nothing I can do about this. So I'm just going to surrender. I'm going to allow the universe to direct me and show me. And every single thing, every single expense that was incurred this weekend, and every expense that was incurred off of the weekend that I thought was going to be taking place, the 3 days that I thought was going to be taking place, everything was returned. Everything. And actually, the work that I ended up doing was so profound and very much a stepping stone for the work that I thought I was going to do. And then obviously what that allowed was me to get connected to the fact that I needed to do a massive global meditation last evening, which, by the way, thank you to each and every one of you who joined the meditation last evening. It was absolutely unbelievable. I feel very, very privileged to have had so many of you with me doing that. The weekend was so intense, like so intense. And I'm far from ready to talk about that yet, even though I've got to talk to Conscious Conversations in an hour about it. So God knows how that's going to go. But, you know, like I am truly shattered from the amount of traveling that I've done, the amount of, you know, obviously the queuing and everything like that. Like it was absolutely wild. And then on top of that, last night we were doing a meditation, and then I ended up staying and doing energy work with a very good friend of mine until 4 o'clock this morning to get done what was required. And this is why I say it's God's work, because what I've woken up to today is messages from all over the world saying, oh my God, I've never felt love like that. Oh my God, Lucy, for the last 3 days, it's been absolutely hammering it down with rain. And today, all of a sudden, the sun is back out. Oh my goodness, have you noticed the changes? Have you noticed this? And this is why I say, like, the reminder of my eternal truth is that I've come down here to bring love to this planet. I have to bring love to this planet. And I've known that since I was a little girl. I've known that I was here to just change the vibration, change the frequency. And that's what I've been doing. Now, it's not easy sometimes. You meet people who want to block you and stop you and put you down and hold you back and call you names and all the rest of it. But what I've learned over the years, especially in the last few years, is that I am actually just, you know, rising above it. I'm literally just rising above it now. Again, it's about wanting to control the narrative about you. If somebody bitches and backstabs and puts you down, it's their narrative. You want to control their narrative. You know what? If you think I'm an asshole, cool, go and think I'm an asshole. In fact, great comment this morning. I put a post out on Instagram. Now, obviously, I've not been around over the weekend much. So I put a post out on Instagram, and some person, I don't know where they're from, I don't even know if it was a man or a woman, I think it was a man, basically put, you're so beautiful, but your heart is so hard because you're not responding to me. Literally the comment that they put. Now, what's fascinating by this is that person has projected the way that they feel, when in reality, so they think that beauty comes from getting their own way. If I'd responded to them, if I'd messaged them, which I don't, a lot of you guys know, you've messaged me, I don't respond to messages like more often than not. And that's not because I'm an asshole. It's because I am so bloody busy. This is why we work so well together. Wendy's put in the chat on Facebook, you're here for love and I'm here for justice. Great combo. And Wendy, funny you should say that. I'm going to drop you a voice note after this. It's very, very interesting that you say that today, my babe. It's hilarious. So my comment back to this person was something along the lines of, it's funny how you perceive somebody to have a hard heart when you're not getting what you want. Think mirror. That was literally my response back. Now, back in the past, Lucy would have been like, oh, I'm sorry I haven't responded to your message. I hope you're okay. You know, I'm a busy girl, and I would have justified it. Now I'm just like, you know what? I don't need that in my life. I don't need people to like me, in all honesty, ladies and gents. Like, I like myself. I don't need that. I've relinquished the power. I've relinquished the control that I had, whereby I wanted people to like me. I don't need it. I don't need people to like me anymore because I like me. The only people that are out there bitching and backstabbing and being nasty, and by the way, that wasn't bitching and backstabbing, it's just a really bloody good example that I got given today that hopefully will help you. I don't need people that bitch and backstab in my life. I also don't need people that when they don't get their own way, they have a hissy fit and throw their toys out of their pram. Like, that's not what I'm looking for in my life. So I've recognized that the only way to become at one with whatever I want is by trusting it. I have to trust who I am. I have to trust the fact that I truly believe that I'm here for love. I'm here to remind people of love. I have people that follow me on all of my different platforms that go, Lucy, in fact, another person messaged me today and she said to me, you know what, Lucy, I've never, ever, ever been able to really, really like love a woman. They've always been out to get me. They've always been out to put me down. They've always been out to do this, that, and the other. But this, like, I have so much love for you, and it is real, true, honest love. And I just want you to know that. It's because I'm here to bring love. I remember when a lady said to me a number of years ago now, she said, how can you tell strangers that you don't know that you love them? Oh my God, you're part of me and I'm part of you. I love that. I love that. Thank you for showing me where you're at with yourselves. I don't see anyone as trying to take my energy anymore because you know what? I've got my boundaries up. They can damn well try, and my goodness, this weekend have they tried, but they're not going to get through. I know who I am. I know what I am. I know what I'm here to do. You have to trust by becoming peaceful. Allow yourself to release the control whereby you have to know why people want something. I don't know what face I was pulling, Lizzie, but that's cute. I like that. I've said this last week. Like literally, like you drop a rock, you drop a stone into the ocean or into a lake or into a river or something. Watch the ripples go out. If you're angry, those ripples are going to be angry. I am a love bomb. I said it in my video last week. I am a literal love bomb. I am a bomb of love. I come into your life and I make people that hate hugging love a good hug. The amount of people that come to me and they're like, oh, don't hug me. I don't like it. No, I don't like being hugged. And I'm like, come here, give me a hug. And I am just, oh, I love you so much. And I hold them and I allow them. And then what I feel is their nervous system go, oh, it's okay. It's safe to be loved. I don't need to think that love is actually going to hurt me anymore. And then they remember the heart-to-heart connection. And then all of a sudden, they are allowed to remember love. I remember Maxine Palmer. Maxine Palmer used to be like, oh, awkward hug, you know, one of those weird ones like this. And now she's just put in the chat, yes, you did that to me, and now I hug so many. This is how we change the world. We don't change the world by bitching and backstabbing and giving attention to the people that want to put nasty comments and put people down and slag people off. No. Why do you think the truth movement is collapsing? Why do you think they're all going in on each other right now? Because it's too low vibration for this world. It's too low vibration. All of those subjects that have been being spoken about for the last 3 years now are too low vibe. We've shifted frequencies so much. And I knew this was coming. You guys know in March 2021, I was like, right, this is going to happen. March 2021, Maxine literally used to stalk me and write everything down. So she will validate this. March 2021, I came out of doing all the protests and I went, right, I have to move on to higher consciousness now because I am being told there is going to get a point whereby everything is going to dissipate. Every single thing that people have become to know and love, you know, and people are going to panic when that takes place. 2 years down the line, 2.5 years down the line, here we go. It's all falling apart. Love is the only thing that is going to get us through this. It's the only thing. Choosing love. Now, that said, I am 100% with Wendy, and I'm 100% with everybody else out there that wants justice. But we need to do it from a space of love, because love is the consciousness. That's the only frequency that we're going to align to. We cannot live in a world of peace and this new earth and Shambhala that everybody talks about. We can't do that if people are going fear, 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 or trying to make people get scared, because that is fear. Oh, you guys are so lovely. Honestly, I love it. The comments on that I'm seeing on YouTube and Facebook today, my God, my heart is just going, and the love bombs are coming out. Lizzie's put, trust me, I've never felt loved until now. And if any of you feel the same, you need to get to one of Lucy's events. My heart blows right open. That's so beautiful. There's still things in my stalker book to come. Maxine, it's brilliant. I love the fact that you used to track everything that I used to say, all of the predictions. Like, I don't even remember. Maxine messaged me on the 7th of July and was like, hey, my friend, you predicted exactly what's going on today. And I'm like, wow, I didn't even remember. When you channel information, you don't remember half of the things that you talk about. When you're psychic, like when you're speaking to people, it just comes out your mouth. You know, like I predicted so much stuff recently. A guy asked me for a reading and I went, I don't do readings. And people were like, yeah, you do. It's like you have a conversation with them and you tell them stuff, like, Lucy, because you channel stuff. And I was like, okay, maybe I do readings. Anyway, I was speaking to this gentleman that I'd never met before, but his wife had been coming through to me. So I spoke to him and I was like, okay, yes, I definitely get information. And then somebody who I work with very closely, he said, oh, I'd love a reading from you. I'd really, really love a reading from you. So I was like, okay, cool. So I just started verbal diarrheaing at him about all of the past. And this is the thing. This is why I don't remember it. So Maxine is that person for me. She's amazing. She became a very, very good friend of mine back in, oh gosh, 2016, maybe 2018. I don't know. At some point in that period of time, Maxine found me via a beautiful friend, Donna Stockwell, who I love very, very much. And like, you know, Maxine just obviously remembered her purpose for that period of time was to write down all of the things that I would just start channeling. 2017. I said it was between 2016, 2007 and 2018. I was right. It was 2017. When you say I love you, I've got you. Oh my God, I'm crying again. Oh, but you know that I have. When I say that, I mean it. And this is the whole purpose. You know, we're not here to control each other. I don't want to, like, I know things about some of you and I'm like, oh, I really could just tell them and make it easier for them. But that's not my journey. You need to go on this path. You need to remember and come online to your truth. Speak of the devil and the devil shall arrive. Hello, lovely. And you were spot on when you read me. Turns out you know me better than I know myself. There you go, ladies and gents. That's the comment that's come off of good old Facebook. I love it. Absolutely love it. You know, this is why I do these lives. And I'll be honest with you, ladies and gents, I'm exhausted. I got 4 hours rest last night. I was doing work till 4 o'clock, like I say, with a very, very dear friend of mine who had my back throughout the whole process. And I'm so grateful to that person for doing that. And earlier on this morning, I actually filmed a video. I actually filmed it and I was going to put it out. And halfway through, I went, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to, like, literally, I'm exhausted. I'm so tired off the back of the weekend, all the travel and everything. And, you know, I'm still traveling. I still haven't had a decent amount. But this is why I had to come on tonight. Like, I knew, because I knew that you guys would get the shifts. I knew that you guys would get the love. I knew that you guys would get the reminders that you need to get. The more we control, the more we're going to get burnt. The more that we try and create our existence and try and, you know, and the example that I used right back at the beginning, you know, if you're single or, you know, or your child's misbehaving or something and you're trying to navigate that response, know that it's not going to happen the way that you want it to happen. Why? Because the universe is going to be like, okay, I'll tease you and pretend that this is what's going to happen. But until you surrender, you're not going to get the result you want. As soon as you go, I'm going to surrender, all of a sudden, ladies and gents, you are going to get everything and more than you want. I really clung on for dear life. recently on a few different things. I really did. I really, really, really did. So now I know exactly why I had to let go. So Rachel Barnes, I have not ignored your email, by the way, Rachel. I've read it. I just haven't responded. I've been a little bit busy, babe, but I will come back to you. And I'm so glad to have received that email from you. It's so beautiful. Honestly, some of the emails that I get from you guys, I'm just like, oh my God, I need to frame this and put it up in my office. You know, like I just need them all over there so that I can remember your beautiful souls and the journeys that you've been on. It's funny that Rachel said that she misses Maxine's post office stories, because I actually was thinking earlier when I saw Maxine jump on here, who thinks me and Maxine need to do another video at some point soon? I do. I actually think that this is really, really, really important for us to do another video again at sometimes. Hilarious. Kimberly, you are so welcome, my sweetheart. Just remember, your son needs you to recognize, and actually, with Rachel's permission, I won't do it now, but with Rachel's permission, I will share what she shared with me about her child with perceived learning difficulties. It might actually help you. It might actually help you. So I will get Rachel to, agree with that offline, or maybe we can speak offline or something like that. I'm just trying to go back up the comments. Let's have a little look. So I struggle with perfectionism at work. If it's not spot on or something goes awry, I get really down on myself. Okay, Martin. So look at what point you decided that everything needed to be perfect. What you really need to remember is perfection is a perception. Okay, it's just a perception. What if something needs to be slightly off so that it gives somebody else the opportunity to rise up? What if there needs to be some growth so people don't rely on you so much? I don't know what your work does, mate. I can't say that I do, but I'm just throwing a couple of ideas out there. I actually really do feel that we really do need to be releasing this as much as we possibly can. So just going back to the children again, what we need to be remembering is that we need to allow our children to rise up. We need to allow our children to be who they need to be. Just because we perceive, yeah, Maxine, let's get some dates in the diary. Just because we perceive something to be the way that it should be doesn't mean that it is the right way for it to be, okay? Like I said right at the beginning of this video, whether you were on or not, I don't know, sweetheart, but it's, what's right and wrong is our own perception, okay? For me, what is right is this, but to you, you might be like, actually, no, that doesn't align to me. So I think it's very important that we recognize that, and also recognize that any of the children that we perceive to have learning difficulties, whether that's autism, ADHD, any of these things, remember how freaking amazing they are. Remember how amazing they are. Remember how connected they are. Remember they are a gift. It's just most people don't understand gifts. Okay, this is truly my belief on it. So many people are so misunderstood because they don't fit in the box. Now I'm here, and I'm going to use my words very carefully here, but I'm here to kick the walls of the box down. I was going to say the F-bomb then. I don't think I've sworn yet through this video, have I? I'm quite proud of myself if I haven't. I am here to kick the walls of the box down. I'm here to burn them, you know, because we don't need boxes anymore. We're all here to be the greatest version that we possibly can be, and we're not all here to be the same. I know that I am a quirky, individual, crazy warrior who's, you know, so passionate about creating love around the world. And love is the thing that scares most people. Scares most people. So I'm basically doing something that triggers the heck out of people on a day-to-day basis. Does that mean I'm going to stop doing it? Absolutely freaking not. Ladies and gents, I really, really, really hope that this has been useful for you. Wendy, I love you. Thanks for jumping on, sweetheart. Please please, please like and share this video if you have found it useful for you. Please, please, please do share it, and just let people know that I exist. I do these lives every single Monday, and I'm going to be doing more as well during the weeks. I'm going to be doing the health series and stuff like that. So do remember to go and like the video, otherwise Lizzie will be on your backsides, ladies and gents. She's great. Comment if you found this useful. Comment if there's any subjects that you would like me to do. I will come back and I will go through and make a note of those, and we can talk about them at another time. And do remember, like I say, to share this video with anybody that it might resonate. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Ladies and gents, I will be seeing you on Conscious Conversations imminently. Mwah. I love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you super soon.